Hello, I'm Lisa Jagona, and thank you so much for joining me again. We are well into 2022. How are you doing? How are you progressing in this new year? I know there's a lot going on, but I pray and hope that you are finding moments to smile in the midst of it all. Just breathe. Just remember to breathe. Today, I'm going to introduce a new concept that is intimately intertwined with your personal power, collective power. Stay tuned. You have heard it said that no man is an island. You don't exist as an island in isolation. Rather, you exist within. You exist as a part. Your personal power, which is yours exclusively to claim, is part of a larger power, which is what I'm calling collective power. Where personal power is about your relationship with yourself, collective power explores the relationships you have with others, people, and other beings in your environment. The South African word Ubuntu, which roughly translates to I am because you are, speaks to this relationship between your personal power and collective power. It's recognizing and honoring the interdependence and interrelatedness you have with others in whatever ecosystem you are a part of. First, there's the relationship you have with yourself and life force, your personal power. Then there are all these relationships you have with your family members, you and your parents and other elders in your life, you and your siblings, you and your partner and spouses, you and the relationship you have with your children and other youngsters in your life. Then there's the relationship you have with coworkers and people at work. And there's the relationship you have with your community, your neighbors, the community organization and institutions, your churches, your schools, etc. And it extends to encompass the relationship you have with your city, your county, your state, and the nation as well as the world. There's no getting around it. You are a part of a whole, and the whole is a part of you. I'll explore this idea in greater depth in a future episode, but one useful place to start to understand this relationship between personal power and collective power is to say that at the center is you and the relationship you have with yourself, and that relationship impacts how you perceive collective power, this bigger thing. The healthier your relationship with yourself is, and the more rooted you are in the life force, the healthier these relationships, these other relationships have the potential to be. Because when you are strong, you are able to foster stronger, healthier, happier families. Stronger, healthier, happier families create stronger, healthier, happier communities. Stronger communities lead to healthier cities. Stronger cities lead to healthier states. Stronger states lead to healthier nations. Stronger, healthier nations contribute to a more prosperous, harmonious world overall. You become able to nurture stronger relationships when you own your personal power, because you are anchored in something that is immovable and immutable. At the root of many of our troubles, I believe, are tattered relationship bonds, both with ourselves and with each other. And when we do not feel secure with ourselves or in our relationships, it becomes very difficult to build momentum because we are unable to tap into the full potential that is in that vital force that exists both within ourselves and as part and in the middle of our collective power. Unfortunately, when we feel and move and operate in the world as if we are broken individually, we are contributing to the brokenness of the collective. Now, that's not to suggest that there are not reasons to feel and actually be broken and feel that brokenness, right? But I believe that the light within you makes you more powerful than anything in your circumstances. Sometimes, when you don't know where to begin to heal, a simple, heartfelt, emotive declaration that I want to claim ownership of my power, my personal power, is enough to get the engine started. So you declare, this ends with me. I'm not going to pass this forward to my children or to those around me, because this pain, this suffering, this anger, this resentment, this reoccurring thought, hurtful thought, this biting tone only tears us apart. I don't know how, but I'm declaring that I will use my power, my light, to do things that build up. So, by declaring, we begin to strengthen ourselves and lay the foundation for stronger bonds in our relationships. Relationships make us who we are. The more secure we feel about the bonds that hold the various relationships together, the more supported and connected we feel to collective power. And collective power becomes something that serves us instead of something that we feel is against us. The healing begins within us, each one of us. Because when we are stronger, when our families are stronger, when our community institutions are stronger, then we create the strength in our collective power to co-create and shape the future into something that serves us and is more sustainable, more equitable, safer, and kinder, and more abundant for all people. So, claiming our personal power and building our collective power is about saying enough is enough. It's saying, you know what, this strain, this pain, this suffering that contributes to feelings of hurt stops with me. It's rejecting all the things that do not serve to create a more harmonious, joyous vision and joyous relationships in the future, both individually and collectively. Reflecting on what is possible through collective power is empowering, because one of the things that often comes with this sense of brokenness is this terrifying feeling that we are in this struggle and suffering alone. But we aren't. We are a part. So this month, I'll be offering reflections on collective power as it relates to your personal power, and continue to offer examples of how you can tap into your personal power in all facets of your life. And I invite you to continue doing the exercise to get clarity on what your purpose is and what matters to you, what your values are, and continue to work to live in greater alignment with those things that matter to you. So I invite you to subscribe, and if you know anybody that could benefit from stepping into their power, please share this forward. And thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, thank you so much in solidarity.